I stumbled across this video here, and something stood out to me within it that was so wild, so far-fetched that any red pill commentator would say is so unlikely that it could never occur and would firmly rest in the mythical land, never to be seen. But let's fire up the video here and see if you can catch exactly what it is I am referring to. Get your tissues ready, boys. And no, not because of that particular reason, despite the visage of this lovely young lady.
I will never love the same after you. I was always the girl that loved so hard that it hurt. Until it hurt. I watched you change every day. You eventually became someone I told myself that I would never settle for. But how do I leave you? I told myself that it was just a rough patch. We can work through this. I will do more to make you love me again. Because I don't give up on people. So why would I do that to you? I will put myself through hell for you. I will hate myself to love you. And I will rip myself apart so that you feel cared for. Because I was serious when I said that I would die for you. Because I almost did. I guess I ripped myself apart so much that I had nothing left. I cared so much about you that I stopped caring about myself completely. I lost who I was, and I was no longer strong. And I watched myself change every day. I eventually became someone I told myself I would never be. But it's my fault for not having a limit to how much I'm willing to give, and for how long I'm willing to stay, and for loving you more than I loved me. Because I loved you so hard that it hurt. So I will never love the same after you. I will never love.
Now, what we find there is a very familiar story, I'm sure. It has resonated with a great many, and they often find themselves, anybody who has had a decently long relationship, or perhaps a short one, but with a great impassioned intensity, they find themselves in the position of thinking, I was chasing after, I was shifting around and trying to be somebody that I wasn't, just to maintain this thing here. Now, what is it? Did anybody notice anything in particular here that the young lady said, which I would say is very rare for a scenario? Because a lot of times in this, the wounded one, supposedly the wounded one, is always casting the blame, saying, you did this to me, you did that, you made this, you, everything I did was you. And there's no internal reflection. So if we jump back here,
much that I had nothing left.
We find it.
But it's my fault for not having a limit to how much I'm willing to give, but never be. But it's my fault. But it's my fault.
Do you hear that?
But it's my fault.
Do you hear that?
For not having a limit, I told myself I would never be. But it's my fault for not having a limit to how much I'm willing to give.
It is my fault, you see. Even after all, you can... Supposedly this was written 2 years prior to her reading it of here. You can tell the wounds, the hurt, the pain. But there is still that realization there. The moment of strength where they find it and say, yes, this happened here, but I can say it was my fault because I was not a passive observer. I wasn't a slave. I wasn't forced into any of this. I participated. And afterward, I perhaps reflect back and think, I really wish I hadn't done that. But still, the realization is there that she takes the accountability for her own actions on there, regardless of what came about. And there is a certain sort of power in that, certain boldness of character, courage, mind you, where many others, their whole inner dynamic, the whole view of themselves must be painted as the victim, while they would most assuredly say they take a zero responsibility, like a Mario. That's a lovely impression, isn't it there? Yeah. They take zero responsibility and cast all blame out, and then that is the only thing that keeps them grounded, because to ever say that they participated, that they were involved, is a blow to the psyche that they could never recover from. So rather than accept and move forward knowing that, they have to point outward, and that is the very dangerous spot to be in for the other people, because they are a perpetual victim there. And what does every victim need? They need a villain. So if you happen to know them, no matter what you do, no matter your intentions, no matter how long you do it for, there will come a day when you become that victim's villain. And that is the sad truth here. When someone cannot accept any sort of responsibility, it'll shatter the mind. It's like they have the one block left in Jenga, and they simply cannot poke that out, or the whole entire tower comes crashing down. And that, my friends, is a very, very dangerous sort of being to be around. Because what a sensible, rational sort of person would do here is learn from that lesson. They accept it. It is not something they are wanting revenge for. They're not casting lies and making things up so they can live with themselves. They internalize it and say, I did this. I have learned a lesson here, and going forward, I will now stand up a little tall. I'll straighten out here. A little flex of the pecs. And I will conduct myself knowing my boundaries and what I must have going forward, and I will not let that happen to me again. And that is the healthy mindset, more so when you simply realize what you are happy or content or agreeable living with. So I commend the young lady for it on that. Taking blame, not just for men. Come on now, of course we gotta have a little misogynistic banter thrown in there by the end of it. You can't complete a video without that, can you? Of course not. Now calm down, everyone, calm down. We'll wrap it up here. That's all I have. Well, I have more, but I'll wrap it up here, because I gotta go play some video games or something. I gotta get a little fired up here. Engineer gaming. Now, anyway, until next time, boys and gals. I may even do another in daytime. You see, they got the moonlight out the back there. Anyhow, till next time, boys and gals. Old Ghostmas, as always, taking a little break. Ta-ta for now. And take responsibility, goddammit.